You see them across the firelight. Your heart speeds up. Your palms go damp. Something in your chest pulls toward them before a single word is spoken. You might think this feeling falling in love is a modern invention, something dreamed up by poets, by pop songs, by candlelit dinners. But the chemistry flooding your body in that moment is one of the oldest inheritances you have. Your ancestors felt this long before weddings, long before religion, long before anyone wrote a single love poem. And that feeling, the one you're half embarrassed to admit, still runs your life, may be the reason you exist at all. So let's ask a strange question. How did ancient humans fall in love? Here's the belief most people carry. That romantic love is a recent luxury. That medieval troubadours or Hollywood invented it, and that before that, there was only cold, practical pairing arranged marriages, alliances, survival deals, no swooning, no longing, just business. It's a tidy story. It's also wrong. In 1992, two anthropologists, William Jankowiak and Edward Fisher, decided to actually check. They went looking for signs of romantic love across 166 different cultures around the world. Not marriage. Love, the longing, the songs, the running away together. They found clear evidence of it in 147 of them, nearly 9 out of 10. Romantic love wasn't a Western invention. It looks like a feature of being human. So what is it really? The anthropologist Helen Fisher spent her career mapping it. She argues love isn't one thing, but 3 separate systems in your brain. There's lust, the raw drive. There's attraction, the obsessive, dizzy focus on one specific person. And there's attachment, the deep calm of a long bond. When Fisher and her colleagues slid people who were newly, madly in love into a brain scanner, one region lit up again and again, not the emotional centers you'd expect. The reward system. The same ancient circuitry that drives hunger and thirst, which means love isn't really a feeling, it's a drive. Your brain treats the person you want the way it treats food and water, as something you need to survive. And once 2 people bond, the chemistry changes again. 2 molecules take over oxytocin and vasopressin, the chemicals linked to trust, bonding, and staying. You felt oxytocin yourself. It's released when you hug someone, when you hold a baby, when you wake up next to someone you love. That same quiet chemistry is what researchers believe helped lock your ancestors' pairs together, night after night, season after season. The hug you gave someone this week runs on hardware hundreds of thousands of years old. But wait, even if they felt love, did ancient humans marry for it? And here's where you have to separate 2 things that get tangled together: the feeling of love and the institution of marriage. They are not the same thing. Marriage, across history, was often practical, about alliances, property, survival arranged by families. But the feeling, the helpless pull toward one particular person? That came first, and it came from much deeper in time. People fell in love long before there was any such thing as a wedding to make it official. So let's reconstruct a courtship. Not a wedding, there is no wedding, just 2 people in a small band, maybe 40,000 years ago. He saves her the best cut of the meat, the fatty, prized part, and hands it over in front of everyone. She notices. Later, someone gives someone a gift, not flowers, but a string of shell beads, drilled by hand, or a lump of red ochre ground into pigment. We know these objects existed. At Blombos cave in South Africa, people were making pierced shell beads over 70,000 years ago. Whether they were love tokens, we can't know for certain. But the impulse to give something beautiful to someone you want that is very, very old. There is a glance across the fire, there is a pull, and slowly a bond forms. So here's the real question. Why? Why would evolution build something as messy, as distracting, as downright inconvenient as love? The answer is in how your species is born. A human baby is almost uniquely helpless. It can't walk, can't cling, can't feed itself for years. Raising one is brutally expensive, too expensive often for one person alone. And so, the argument goes, evolution needed a way to keep two people bonded long enough to get a child through those fragile early years. Love wasn't decoration. It may have been infrastructure, the glue that held the human family together long enough for our slow-growing brains to survive. You don't fall in love in spite of being human. You fall in love because being human required it, and it may have reached even further than that. When scientists sequenced the Neanderthal genome, they found something startling. Our species and theirs didn't just meet. They had children together. If your roots lie outside Africa, you are carrying roughly 1 to 2% Neanderthal DNA right now, in this moment. We will never know what those encounters felt like. Whether there was tenderness, or fear, or something we'd recognize as attraction. But somewhere, tens of thousands of years ago, a human and a Neanderthal drew close enough to leave a trace still written inside you today. So come back to your own chest. That racing heart when a certain name lights up your phone, the way you replay one conversation 40 times, the obsession, the sleeplessness, the feeling of being slightly out of your own control. That isn't weakness, and it isn't new. Fisher could show you the exact regions of your brain doing it. It's an ancient program running in you the same way it ran in them. So look back across the firelight one more time. That feeling, the speeding heart, the damp palms, the pull toward one person in a crowd, you didn't invent it and you didn't learn it. You inherited it. Every ancestor in your unbroken line, going back further than you can imagine, felt some version of this exact thing and acted on it, or you would not be here to feel it now. Falling in love is not a modern trick. It is one of the oldest human acts there is. And every time you feel it, you are answering a call that has been echoing down your family line for 100,000 years.